Are you all there? Yes. I'm a bit late because I was trying to get you a case study on project management. Unfortunately, I've been trying from 1.5 hours on the net and it was not possible. So, what shall I do? I think I wanted to tell you a nice case study on project management. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Smile, 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 smile. Is everyone smiling? Are you all there? Yeah. See, I want to tell you a little about project management because I tried to get you case studies. The case studies were a little something that you could not have understood because it was the level of the seniors. So I have not got you the case study, but I'll tell you something about project management which you need to know. The first thing is there are some stages in project management, and they relate to the network modeling that you have done. Now, the stages are project initiation, planning, execution, and closure. Good morning, Anu. The stages of project management are initiation, Karen, good morning, planning, execution, and closure. So, then yesterday I was telling you about the 10 subsets of project management, of which the first one is project scope management. What do you mean by scope management? See, when you say scope, always remember a photograph. Okay? Scope means everything inside that frame, nothing beyond. All right? Good morning, Vicky, Ravi, everybody. Okay? Scope means everything within that frame, nothing beyond. So, in project scope management, the project team leader and the stakeholders decide what all goes into the project, what you have to do. Like yesterday, I gave you the example of building a hall, auditorium, and we called it Operation Hall. Okay, so we are having Operation Hall Imagine, and in that project, I told you we are going at CBSMS to have build an auditorium next to our department. Shilpi, good morning. And then we need to make a project called Project Hall. We decided yesterday. So we'll talk about this. In the first thing, we have to do scope. See, the scope means what all we need to do. We need to build the auditorium, right? Now, I told you we need engineers, we need architects, university engineer would support us. But then we have to decide when he will come and what all is his work, etc. What is his scope? What is our scope, etc. Yesterday, I gave you the example of WBS, etc., etc. I'll come to that. But first, you look at it like this project scope management. I spoke to you about a project charter. In the project charter, all that, good morning, everything, Devika, too. Um, all that goes into a project will be written in the project charter. Who is the project leader? Who are the project team? Who belongs in the project, etc. I told you yesterday, project is a one-time affair, and it has to be given a name. It is different from daily operations. So if it is in CBSMS, we would pull one attender, say we would pull Pramod, depute him to project management office. All right, we will have a project team leader, and the team leader will decide. So project leader, and he'll decide who is his team. We may also take someone who can do the typing, computer work, printing, etc., for communication purpose, etc. Use a telephone. So take somebody from the office. So we would depute him to the project office. They will go to the project office only till the project is over. Yesterday, I told you that if we work 10 hours, per, how much was it? 200 working hours per month, isn't it? 200 working hours divided by 4 means 50 hours per week. We said, I told you that we would work 10 hours per day on a shift basis. So 10 hours into 5 days a week. Let's say we're working only 5 days, would be 50 hours. 50 into 4 would be 200 working hours. Suppose we decided total, we calculated the project time by means of the work breakdown structures. The work, each breakdown structure amounted to 40 working hours. So what we did is 50 working hours into 4 was 200 working hours. So I told you how many WBS we have, and totally we had 2000 working hours, 80,000 working hours, which came to 2000 WBS, isn't it? So totally we can do the total number of months that the, yeah, right? Yesterday we talked about it. Now I talked about it in the context of project cost management, project time management, and I also told you project quality management. Now there are certain, first of all, I told you just now that we are talking about project scope management. In that, we do these things like, for example, initiation and planning, create the project charter and stakeholder assessment, identify and make a document. See, the documents are necessary. It's not. It's, sometimes it so happens there are various reasons why documents are necessary. It may be so that the project leader has to leave. Imagine he has some work that he needs to leave. So when the other project leader steps in, he should know what is necessary to be done, how much has been done, how much has not been done, etc., etc. So a second line of defense is always we need to build. I told you yesterday, the assistants to the project leader should be made. No, I didn't tell you that. I was telling the seniors about it. See, a second line of defense has always to be built. All right. Now, the second line of defense to a project leader should be built. The books may not tell you that, but it is necessary to have a second line of defense. So what do you mean by second line of defense? Suppose the project leader has to leave, then you need another project leader. So this project leader has to be ready to step into the first person's shoes. Now, the documentation here is necessary because he should know exactly what is done, what is to be done, what is left to be done, who is to do what, etc. All right. Now, in principles of management, we talk about planning, organization, directing, controlling, etc. Basically, these are the jobs that the project manager has to do. So, in the scope, once the scope work, and also in the scope, you have to conduct the risk assessment also. All right, that is project risk management is one more subset of project management. So when there is risk, you have to manage it. Mitigation of risk is one more concept. So what could be the risks? For example, in our project of Operation Hall B, risk would be, say, for example, all the workers are from a particular place, say Gulbarga, and they have a festival of the village. We'll call it Ura Habba. So they all all of them want to go for 3 weeks. Well, this is one risk where your project will be at a standstill for 3 weeks. That could be a risk. Okay, then where do you find alternative workers? Where do you find the workers who are skilled in doing the same thing? They will take, excuse me, there's some time to get into the shoes of the other workers. What will you do when the workers come back and say we want to come work? Will you tell these workers that no, we do not require you anymore? This is one risk that can happen. See, since we have said that the university has given us the project, the money would not be a issue. What are the other things that could happen? When you flatten the ground, I told you 2 months to flatten the ground. When you flatten the ground, it could be that you will encounter some rocks. All right. So these rocks have to be, dynamite has to be used on these rocks, and they have to be smashed, and only then you can have you can have your foundation done for the for the hall auditorium, then this would take more time. This is also, as I told you, excuse me, it happens. It can so happen that there are excuse me. It can so happen that there are rocks. Okay, that could be a risk. So all the risk assessment you have to do. It can be possible that the sand, you do not get sand anymore, or the you have to go for the other sand, or stone is not available, bricks are not available, or suddenly the price of bricks has become 10% or 20% more. So these are all the risks that you have to assess. So risk. Level also. See, there are two, three kinds of plans. There are high level plans, medium, like high level plans are strategic plans. Then you have the operational or tactical plans, isn't it? Operational means actually working out plans. So all these plans have to be worked out. Then there are, please remember that the project has some kind of phases: initiation, planning, execution, and closure. All of these are extremely important. So unless you initiate, the project will not kick off. Okay, so you have to have a project kickoff meeting. Then you have to talk about executing, monitoring, controlling, and implementing in staging environments. Okay. Next, you have to have a quality assurance plan. How is, see, when I was doing MBA, we talked about excuse me, inspection. All right. When that time, how was production done? Raw material went through the production process, the finished goods was done, and then the food finished goods was inspected. If the inspection found that the finished goods was not up to the mark, they were discarded. Now imagine you take one whole, let us take one whole book, okay, a whole notebook. So we find that one page is not okay, and you want perfect books to sell because your name and image is at risk. So what happens? You will throw the whole book in the inspection. You will, if you talk about how what I was saying initially, how production used to be done. In the inspection, you have to throw the whole book or discard the whole book, or see that it sells on Avenue Road for a discount, isn't it? So something like this. So you lose the whole book. The valuable parts in the book also will be lost. So let us divide the book into certain parts. Let us divide the. See, imagine your notebook, the notebook that you are writing in. You have a thick bind, isn't it? Then you have pages, all right. Then you have the stapler with which the thick bind, outer bind, and the pages are stapled. So let us look at the production process of the book. Imagine you're getting big sheets with lines drawn on it, and you're using a cutter to cut these sheets. All right, you're using a paper cutter to cut these sheets into the A4 size. All right, then you're getting big sheets of this rolled sheets of this outer cover. You're using a paper cutter to cut it to the A4 size. Now you have A4 size outer cover, and you have A4 size inner pages. Now someone is counting the pages, 40 pages, 60 pages, 100 pages, etc., and keeping it ready. Now imagine when you inspect. Today, when you talk about quality assurance, you do small lots. You don't, small lots means doesn't mean you manufacture small, only few, total production amounts to a few amounts of units. It's not like that. The small lots is small lots of inspection. For example, you have the outer cover, isn't it? You take the outer cover, and what you do is you inspect the outer covers. If you find some outer cover not printed properly, not cut properly, or maybe it is cut half and all, it won't this thing, you discard that outer cover there itself. Similarly, you look at the inner pages. If the inner pages are not properly cut, if there are some pages, if suppose some page went, or it went like this or something like that, it went at a tangent and it is cut at a tangent. then those pages cannot go into the book. So those pages will be discarded. Now let us say we are making a 100-page book. You have counted 100 white sheets, cut sheets, and you have the big stapler ready for the stapling, and you have the outer sheet ready. Then what you do is you make the book. You make, say, 50 copies or 100 copies of the book, and that can be inspected. Now, what I'm saying is, in quality assurance, you have to do inspection at various stages. Okay. Do you want to see my dog? He's come to lick my hands. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Where is he? You can't. He won't come. Okay. So there he is. Yeah, he likes to lie at my feet, but sometimes he licks my hand. I'm sorry about the distraction. Okay, the dogs can't understand. All right, but they are very loyal and loving creatures. So there we are. Mm, I'll come back. See, what I'm trying to tell you is, in quality assurance, you make at various points of time you do the inspection. Like in the earlier stages of production, I told you, you do the entire book, and after the entire book is done, you have cut the outer sheets, cut the inner sheets, you have just made the book and stapled it together, and then you have given it for inspection, and then you find one inner sheet is not good, you are discarding the whole book. Outer sheet was good, other sheets were good, the whole book, whatever good stuff was there in that book is all lost. You understand? So similarly, now what happens? We have inspected the outer cover, discarded any wrong outer cover. So outer covers are good. Then the inner sheets are we have inspected. If there is one or two not cut properly, we have discarded it, and we have made the book. Now the see how much of saving is this thing. So this is the way inspection takes place. Today it is called quality assurance. So at different stages and in small lots, you do the inspection so that you don't discard the good parts in, say, a book or a product. So in a project, what we are talking about, I give you the example of a book so that you would understand what is quality assurance. In a project, what happens is this inspection has to take place at different stages. In what way? Inspection has to be overall done. Yesterday I told you about Six Sigma methods of this thing. Then I told you about quality has various aspects to it: reliability, punctuality, regularity, and conform are also part of quality. Also, for quality, you could talk about conformance to quality, isn't it? So all this has to be inspected. And who can do the inspection of our operation hall? Somebody who knows what they're doing, isn't it? It could be the chief engineer himself, and give you a report on whether the quality, as a project team and project leader, you have to get a report every so and so. Now, when I say every so and so, you also have to have review meetings. Now, I was telling you yesterday, at the end of every Friday, 5-day week, or on Friday evenings, you could have a review meeting. And in that review meeting, you will decide various things, like all the subsets of project management, whether they are in sync. What you planned in your Gantt chart, is it coming through properly? Excuse me. Like if you decided that so much of the work had to be done, uh, has it been done? If it has been done, you're achieving the time component. Has the money been released and the money been utilized properly? Yesterday I told you we want to pay the workers on every Friday evening, and then you have to budget how much. I told you how much technical workers and non-technical workers are paid, for example, and then you give the budget to the university. So on Friday morning you get the release of the funds, and Friday evening you have to pay them. And you will also do on during the week, if you have to pay for the material, etc. You will do the budget accordingly and give it to the university, and they will send you the money. So on Friday evening, you will say whether all your time, cost, quality, everything has been done in time. So, if for quality purpose, you may ask for a quality report from the concerned person. For the time, you will see whether you had to erect, say, 8 pillars. Have the pillars been erected, say, on a Friday? You had to do some steps finishing. Has it been done? Laying down of the groundwork or tiles or something. That will be your achievement, step by step in a Gantt chart. See, a Gantt chart is for the whole project, but you can have smaller Gantt charts for each process. Suppose you're talking about groundwork, or you're talking about, say, we're talking about the groundwork. Groundwork gives a different example, meaning we'll talk about the foundation. In the foundation, maybe you have to have some pillars. So, say the pillars have to be risen in 5 days to about 5 feet. Okay, has this been done? All right. And have they been laid properly? There will be the quality inspection report from the concerned engineer. So some things that you cannot do yourself has to be done from the technical team, and they will give this to you. So all right. So this is the way it goes. So next is you have training documentation. Suppose you need to train somebody, then you have to have some documentation done. What kind of training are you giving? To whom are you giving the training, etc. See, an project is a one-time thing. It's not that something that the day, usually workers are doing as if they're daily operations. Daily operations, they know what to do, but in a project, they may not know what to do because something new for them. So you may need to do training. You may need to send them to another department or something in our case and give them the training, and how you're giving training, whom you're giving training, how many hours of training, what is the result of training, what is the need for training, training need analysis you do in HRM this semester, and what is the outcome of the training. All this has to be done. And then support center documentation. See, you have to have a project charter. That will be a documentation for reference. Along with that, do you have, suppose you have done earth, for the earth, some kind of for the earth, you have done some kind of ground testing. This will be suppose some inspector comes from outside, say from BBMP and all, they will require these documents to be told. Then fire control, have you gone to the fire department and made sure that there is no fire, you have done no, and some kind of this kind of disaster management things have to be mandatorily done. We talk about RERA, etc. All this has to be done in the project. Then next, sometimes you have to say go ahead. Every time you have to say go ahead. See, the review meetings are very important. Then and if you need to do communication, you have to send links, etc. And finally, when the project is done, you have to do the closure meeting is very important. In a closure meeting, why do we do closure meeting as management experts is we need to find out whether we have done what we wanted to do well. In this, you will have something called lessons learned. So these lessons learned have to be documented. When a project happened, this is what we anticipated. This went, what went wrong, how was that, what went wrong solved, or we anticipated that something would go wrong, and how was that mitigated? The risk was mitigated. Excuse me. All this will be in the lessons learned event. Okay. Now, apart from this, this is what now. Actually, I wanted to send you. I don't know whether you can see this like this. I will forward you a picture on. It's called the Project Management Tree Swing Cartoon. I forwarded it to the seniors. I'll forward it to you tomorrow. You can see it. See, when you talk about project, there are in this project of Operation Auditorium, there are so many people involved. Many of us are management experts with no background of this thing at all, building the building at all, making a building at all. There are engineers who know everything about civil engineers. They know everything about building the building, but nothing about management. Maybe whatever management they know will be based on their experience. So they'll be telling you, I did this there and this happened, that happened, etc. And everyone will have their own opinions also. And then there will be some kind of resistance to change, resistance to what, for example, the engineer will say, you know nothing, you're building the operation hall for the first time, you're building an auditorium. I've built 20 auditoriums, you listen to me. So there is something called interpersonal relationships which are very difficult to handle. So communication is very important. And see, when you talk to lower level workers, they may not understand you. So who should talk to them? Maybe their supervisor only should talk to them. All right, the language, the everything, and how much they can achieve per day, etc., is not known to you. So project management is not at all easy. All right, but you can make it extremely easy by systematizing it. And how do you systematize it? By making Gantt charts, by making network models. That is why network model is very important in a business. All right. Now, why do I talk so much about project management to you? Because you have to see, project management is an integral part of business administration. You have different projects, and how, in your day, in your office, in your career, you will have different projects, or many a times for every event in your life or event in the or department, yeah, you have to think of it as a project. It helps to work, make things very systematic and good. For example, we are going to have, say, a party for the farewell party for the seniors. If you look at it as a project, if you make Gantt charts for it, if you make people responsible, if you do the planning, organization, directing, and controlling for it, it becomes very simple. See, I remember once we did a such a program. I remember we have to do micromanagement. Who is to manage the stage? There was somebody for stage management. In that stage management, there were so many 10 students, for example. One was responsible for the flower arrangement, one was responsible for the laying of the table and the water bottles, one was responsible for the seating, and one was responsible about who should come. See, there were four guests, imagine. So one student was assigned to one guest, that giving the flower bouquet to the guest, coming from the left side and going to the right, not going back and dashing the next person. And then even the memento was, memento given by the same person to the same student, to the same person. This kind of micromanagement was, we did. And we also had a garbage collection team who made sure, it's not a demeaning thing. There were various students in that. They kept garbage bags at various corners of the this building, so that of the hall, so that any little paper or pencil or whatever to be thrown was thrown in that. It became, you just collected the bags. We asked the attenders to collect the bags, and it became, things became very simple. And so even for the auditorium, how to direct people, where to make people sit, so if you have people directing the audience, you will manage to fill the from the front. You direct them to the front. Once the front is filled, the middle and the back. Otherwise you have people sitting at the back. So all this is micromanagement. It is a project. Think of it as a project. And you can make, if you can pinpoint what are the activities that go into each event, each multi big event, or each program, then you can make a project management network modeling. You can do it. Why I'm going so much and explaining about project management is, I told you one thing, project management is important for you. Secondly, you have project management in your next semester. You will learn in greater detail. So, giving an introduction of project management, I generally try and do. And then after that, in the second semester, and then one more thing is project management you have to learn, because I would like you in your career, whatever project you have, think of it as activities and events and make the network diagram so that you can decide before your boss or whoever is your senior tells you finish it in 20 days. You can say, ma'am or sir, uh, according to my plan I can finish it in 18 days. You see, this is what I want you to achieve. With this, now I think I have a little time. It is 10:20. We will do one problem. Are you all ready? Yeah, we'll do one problem. Hope you enjoyed my class. Now, ready? Okay. Write down. You have to find CPM, critical path, and etc. etc. Okay. Okay. Everything you have to do, network, etc. Also, write down. Find the probability of complete the project in 26 comma 30 days. 26 comma 30 days. All right. Now you have to write. See, my sadly I have to rely on the internet. I cannot come to the department because most of my books are there. I have one single book with which I am managing. Now, if it is inevitable, I think I'll have to go to the department. I don't think it is allowed in this lockdown. So I'll have to rely on the internet. But I'll try and do my best. So far, I think we have achieved what we can. We will achieve it, but sadly, I need more books for more problems. I'll try, because the problems are different. I have to give you carefully. So write down activity. The first row will be activity. The second, third, and fourth row will be OMP. All right, OMP. You know what it is: optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. Are you ready? The activity will be 1 to 2. I'll give you the OMP straight away. 2, 5, 14. One activity is 1 to 2. The OMP is 2, 5, 14. Okay. Next activity is 1 to 3. OMP is 9, 12, 15. 9, 12, 15. Ready? Now you have next activity 2 to 4, and your OMP is 5, 14, 17. 5, 14, 17. Next activity is 3 to 4. OMP is 2, 5, 8. Next activity is 3 to 5. OMP is 8, 17, 20. 8, 17, 20. The last activity is 4 to 5. OMP is 6, 6, 12. All right. I will repeat all of it. 1 to 2 is 2, 5, 14. 1 to 3 is 9, 12, 15. 2 to 4 is 5, 14, 17. 3 to 4 is 2, 5, 8. 3 to 5 is 8, 17, 20. 4 to 5 is 6, 6, 12. Do you get it? I will repeat again. Now, I would like you to write the activity. Okay? Here, Rajesh. I will repeat all the activity and all the numbers. 1 to 2 is 2, 5, 14. 1 to 3 is 9, 12, 15. 2 to 4 is 5, 14, 17. 3 to 4 is 2, 5, 8. 3 to 5 is 8, 17, 20. 4 to 5 is 6, 6, 12. Alright? Would you like to do let's do this. Let's do the network diagram first, all of you. One minute. My book closed. Hold on a bit. Okay. Now this is basically a very simple diagram. It looks like it, isn't it? You have 1 to 2, so we'll go 1 to 2 on top, 1 to 3 below. 2 to 4 can go on top. 4 let it come in the middle because 2 is joining to 4, 3 is joining to 4. Then you have 3 to 5 and 4 to 5. Should not be a problem. Envisage it in your mind. So I'll start. I don't want to do a very big diagram because I find it difficult to show you. I'll do a smaller one. It is simple for you. Let us do one. I will do 1 to 2 and I'll start. We cannot do the network diagram unless we have the duration, isn't it? Shall we start with the table? Leave the place for the network diagram and we'll start with the table. Ready? Write the table. I'll tell you. The first, you have to have 3 columns. The first column is pretty slim. The second column should be broad, fat. Fat is not a nice word, isn't it? Second column is broad and the third column also is broad, but the broadest is the second column. If you can hear any snoring, that's my dog. He's snoring at my feet. Okay, ready? Activity. Activity, write down all the activities. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 5. Are you ready? The second column heading is T is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. See, I told you yesterday, write it as OMP. So you will get O plus 4M plus P divided by 6. Alright, that is equal to 3. So the first one we will do for 1 to 2, it is 2 plus 4 into 5 plus 14 divided by 6. How much is that? 4 into 5 is 20. 20 plus 14 is 34. 34, 36. 36 by 6 is equal to 6. So 1 to 2, if you want, write here 1 to 2, write in your network diagram, it is 6. One to 2, sorry, I messed it up a bit. 1 to 2, it is 6. Okay, now we'll come to 1 to 3. You have 9, 12 and 15 as OMP. So 9 plus 4 into 12 plus 15 divided by 6. 4 into 12 is 48. 48 plus 9 is 57. 57 plus 15 is 62. 72. 72 by 6 is 12. So we'll come to the network diagram and we'll do it. 1, 2, 3. You come, bring the 3 below. Alright. 1, 2, 3 is 12. So there are no other branches to it. So straight away you can put 12. Alright. Now we come to 2 to 4. We'll place 4 in between 2 and 3. Just place 4 between 2 and 3. Every time why do the same way? We'll do half here, half there. What do you say? Something different. So we are doing 2 to 4. Come back to your table. 2 to 4 is 5, 14 plus 17. So you do 5 plus 4 into 14 plus 17. How much is 4 into 14? 56. 56 plus 5 is 61. 61 plus 17 is 68. 78. 78 by 6 is 13. So 2 to 4 is 13. Please do not write in the beginning time 13 because do the diagram. Please do not write the beginning time because we still have to get 3 to 4. Alright? We still have to get 3 to 4. So we'll wait. Alright? Okay. Now we'll do 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is 2, 5 and 8. 2, 5 and 8. 2 plus 4 into 5 plus 8. 4 into 5 is 20. 20 plus 10, 30. 30 by 6 is 5. So 3 to 4, you'll get 5. Now this is our diagram. 2 to 4 branch gives you 13 plus 6, 19. Whereas 3 to 4 gives you 12 plus 5, 17. This is forward pass. We need the larger number, so we put 19. Okay, now you have 3 to 5 and 4 to 5. Place 5 in between that. See, after 4, I've placed it like this. Alright, so I will do 3 to 5 now. I've just ruled the arrow. Now 3 to 5 come here. It is 8, 17 and 20. How much is 17 into 4? It is 68. 8 plus 68 plus 20. 68 and 20 is 88. 88 plus 8 is 96. So 96 by 6 is 16. Just do 16 into 6. Yes, it is 96. Okay. So you have 3 to 5. You have 16. Alright. Please write that branch. Now last you have 4 to 5. Alright. I'm drawing the branch and keeping. Now 4 to 5 is you have 6, 6 and 12. So 6 plus 4 into 6 plus 12. 4 into 6 is 24. 24 plus 6 is 30. 30 plus 12 is 42. 42 by 6 is 7. So you get 4 to 5, you get 7. Alright. 4 to 5, you get 7. Sorry, I have not done a neat job. Now you have 3 to 5, you have 16 plus 12, 28. And you have 19, from 4 to 5, you have 19 to 19 plus 7, that is 26. So 28 is the higher one. So in 5, you will put the total project expected time as 28. I know, I don't know why 5 became too small, sorry. So I'll do one thing. I'm not at all happy with this diagram. I'll draw it once again. Class wait. First we have 1. We have 1, 2, 2. Give me 1 minute. I'll draw it neatly. I'm very unhappy with what I did. So 1, 2, 2 is 6. 2 to 4 is 13. If you need time, you also can take some time. If I've drawn it too quickly, you just assimilate what we have done. 1, 2, 3, 12. So you have 12. I'm almost done. 3 to 4 is 5. Just give me a moment. Okay, it's done. That diagram was done, very shabby. This is better, isn't it? Okay, clear. Okay, so how do we roll back now? First you roll back number wise, 4 to 5. There's only one branch coming to 4. So 28 minus 7 is 21. So the end time of 4 is 21. Obviously, it's not the critical path, so we leave it like that. Now we roll back to 3, 3 to 5. 28 minus 16 is 12. So end time of 3 is 12. Obviously, it is the critical path. So double line it. Alright? Is that clear? Now, with 3 to 2 we must go. There isn't any branch from 3 to 2, so no. Go to 4 to 2. 4 to 2 is 21 minus 13, 6. How much is that? 8. 21 minus 13 is 8. So end time of 2 is 8. Alright. Now we come back. 2 to 1 will do. 2 to 1 is 8 minus 6 is 2. So it's not the critical path. We leave it. Then we'll come to 3 to 1. 12 minus 12 is 0. So you have your critical path here. Your critical path is 1 to 3, 3 to 5. Alright. Now let us go back to your table. Your table, you have to do the variance, sorry. I'll dictate the variance, you do, it's very easy. P minus O, the whole squared, isn't it? Go to your table, 1 to 2, 1 to 2 it is 14 minus 2 the whole squared, it is 12 squared. Sorry, 12, it is 12 by 6 to 2 squared, I'm sorry. 14 minus 2 is 12, 12 by 6 is 2, 2 squared is 4. Then you have next one, 1, 2, 3. 15 minus 9 is how much? 6. 6 by 6 is 1. 1 squared is 1. Third one, 2 to 4 is 17 minus 5 is equal to 12. 12 by 6 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Then you come to the next one. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 by 6 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 3 to 5. It is 20 minus 8. 12. 12 by 6 is 2. 2 squared is 4. The last one is 12 minus 6. That is 6. 6 by 6 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So your summation variance squared answers are 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. Alright? Now, what is your, let us come back to our network diagram. Expected project time is 28 days. Expected project time is 28 days. So what is your critical path? 1, 2, 3 to 5. 1, 2, 3 to 5. Simple. So for variance, how will you do? I taught you one table, isn't it? One simple table. I'll do it in a small way here. What was your table I taught you? Yeah, path. Write their path and you write variance. Write the path and variance. For you, it's very less now. Here it is only 1, 2, 3 and then it is 3 to 5. And last you put total. This is a small problem, so you do not have big paths. Alright. 1, 2, 3 is how much? Variance. 1, 2, 3 variance is 1. 3 to 5 variance is 4. So total variance you will get 5. This is a smaller problem, so total variance you will get, look here, you will get 5. Now we will do D. D is equal to, what do you have for D? D is equal to, what do you have here? The first one they asked for 26 days. So 26 minus project time was 28 divided by root over 5 is equal to minus of 2 by root 5. What is the answer? I am waiting for you all to give me the answer. Give me the answer, class. 2 by 2 by root 5. Give me the answer. I think the answer is minus 0.8944, and the table value is 0.3133. Now since I've done it like this, 26 minus 28 divided by root 5 is equal to minus 2 by root 5. Your answer will be around 0.8944. Table value is 0.3133. As I told you, 26 is less than 28. So you minus from 0.5. 0.5 minus 0.3133 is equal to 0.167, let's say 0, or 16.70 is the probability that the project will finish within 26 days. Now the other one also you will get the same answer, but same answer because if now next is 30, isn't it? How much is that? 30. So if I do 30 minus 28, I'll get 2, 2 by root 5. I'll get the same answer, but it won't be negative. It won't be negative. Alright? 30 minus 28 will be 2. 2 by root 5 will be 0.8944. Table value will be the same. In this case, I'll have to add 0.5 plus for 30 days 0.3133. You will get 0.8133 or 81.33%. Alright, see, I have done here on the here. Alright, you'll get the same answer. 28 and 30 is 2. So 2 by root 5, 0.8944. Table value is 0.3133. So since 30 is above 28, 28 is your project time completion. So what is the probability of finishing in 30 days? It will be positive 0.8944. Here I will add to 0.5. So your answer will be 81.33%. Okay, good morning everybody. Is that enough class today? Because I think it's time for you to go to your, yeah, Ravi, correct. So it's time for you to go to your class. Say bye to me. Smile. Can I get some smiles? Hope you enjoyed my class. I intend to bring you some, see, I've done transportation for you and I've done assignment. See, it doesn't make any sense if I do not teach you the practical applications of transportation and assignments. So, thanks, Anjali. Yeah, the smile is very. Vicky, thank you, sweetheart. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. So, what happens is, I want to give you some case studies and explain to you how transportation is actually managed in real life by other, companies. I have been talking, fortunately or I've been talking about international logistics and international operations management to the seniors. So I have similar case studies that I can tell you. but I have to take it in stages because you all are not so sophisticated as them because they have learned more. They can understand some things better than you. So I have to take it step by step. So from tomorrow onwards, I'll try and do some case studies and for what I have not done, transportation assignment, and for project management as well. All right. There is one beautiful case study of Airbus. Airbus, I believe, come from so many different vendors. It takes, it seems, I have forgotten the numbers. It takes from various vendors, more than 4,000 vendors or something, and so many parts it puts together. And how does it manage this is a beautiful transportation and assignment case study. I will try and get it. I'm trying from nearly 1.5 hours. I was not able to get. I will try and get some similar case studies for you. I need to do more browsing online. I don't have books, so I have to depend on the internet. Let us see. I am also privy to some university has granted us some beautiful websites and all that through the library. I must try and access and get you. Okay. Now I think it is time for you. You have 10 minutes to have a coffee or something. Yeah, remember our cooking competition. So learn the dishes, perfect them, so that I should be the judges should be. Whom should I give the first prize to? All right, everyone should get the first prize. What do you say? So learn something new. Yeah, I learn cooking, and I want to know what all you have learned. What are the names? Maybe next class, now it's the no time. Next class, I will ask you to write to me all the cooking dishes that you have learned. You have to. All right? Yes, Mallikarjun. You too, sweetheart. Okay. So, because I said sweetheart to Vicky, I know. Okay. Okay, right. All of you are my sweethearts, though. How can I this thing? I love you all equally. So, what happens is, I want to know what are the dishes you learned. All right. Um, Actually, okay. I have some plans in my mind, so the my mind is whirring as I talk to you. Okay. By class, you have a class at 12. If you do not have a class at 11, you can log in and listen to my international business class. It will be useful for you. If your class is at 12, if your class is at 11, I don't have to be saying. If you wish, you log in because I do a lot of case studies for them. You can, yeah. Okay. Bye. Bye, everybody. Take care. Yes. Uh, Take care. Learn something new. Don't waste your time. Enjoy all the movies that you want. Talk to your friends. Keep in touch. If you cannot keep in touch by physically, keep in touch by phone at least, because we are all social beings. We need to be in touch with each other. We need to talk to someone. It's good for all of us. Okay, and keep logging into my class without fail. It's part of your job. Class, one more thing I want to say. Yesterday, I saw a slide by, yeah, thank you, Anjali. Yes, I'll be safe by God's grace. Yesterday, I saw somebody had scratched one more slide. Why, man? Do not ever scratch the written word. It is the written word that gives us our bread. See, because I'm educated, I did my MBA and my PhD, I studied. With the written word, I have the capacity to stand before you today and talk and be your teacher and be a professor and get a good salary from the university. The respect I have is all because of the written word. Can you scratch the written word like that? Let it never happen. Let it never happen. Please. Okay? Okay. Bye bye. God bless. Jai Hind. Jai Karnataka.